My most challenging teammate was Mika, without question, because he was the person I studied the longest. You know, I always said that my proudest moments were standing in the middle of the podium, having won, having Mika beside me and having Michael Schumacher on the other side, because these were two great champions of my era.
The first time when I saw David, and first time that David joined the Team McLaren, I knew straight away, this is not going to be easy. This is going to be a challenge.
Now, the last time you and I were in competition together was 2001.
That is correct. Fantastic season, especially for you.
Well, here.
Pole position in Monaco.
Yeah, I didn't win though.
No, I didn't win it either.
No, we couldn't. Anyway, people want to know whether old rivalries still stay. So we have a little competition set here. You can see, obviously, we've got the table tennis. And so the challenge that's been set is that Formula 1 requires drivers to have focus and precision, as well as being at the peak of their physical fitness. So here we are a decade after retirement, and we're still not in bad shape, even if I say so myself. You do any training?
Yeah, but do I do really mega fitness what I was doing when I was racing? No way.
We trained at different times in the day. If I remember correctly, it's because you didn't want to train at the same time as me.
No, hey, we've always, when we train together, I think we end up in some kind of competition. It was a story of the two young guys, which are just so hungry for winning.
I wanted to have a teammate like Mika, or, you know, after him I had another Finn, Kimi Räikkönen. Before that I had Damon Hill, who won a world championship. So I always had very strong teammates. And it brought out the best in you as an individual, because you had to dig deep. And it actually brought out the best in them, because they knew that you were pushing them hard as well. So ultimately, you want to have the two strongest drivers you possibly can. The team relationship is so important, isn't it? You had your engineers on your side of the garage, I had my engineers on my side of the garage. But probably what the public don't realise is that we all debrief in the same room. So I could hear everything you were saying to your guys. I developed a skill to talk to my engineer whilst listening to you. Were you ever curious to know what I was saying, or you just didn't care?
I had a recorder.
I did. That would have been smarter, actually.
Was it easy me to understand David about his tactic, about his racing? Was it easy to try to read his mind? No way. Very difficult. He was a very secretive person.
Right, so I think that's enough playing around. I think we should see who's still got the focus and concentration. Should we do a proper match?
Let's do the proper match.
Service goes to you. Okay. (2019). Anything you'd like to say to me before we commence?
Left hand.
Anything else you'd like to say to me, motivational, before we
Serve.
Oh, 2020! Ah! That was sneaky! That was so sneaky! You... I wasn't ready for that. Mika and I, you know, we've long since been able to get over the fact that we were teammates and fighting tooth and nail over every single result. And, you know, we were 7 years together as teammates. And in that journey, you see the emotion of your competitor and the person that helps you develop the car that ultimately gives you both the chance to win.
When we first time met, we were around 22, 23 years old, and we were just like climbing top of the mountain, learning new things, learning from our mistakes.
It was a fantastic period where, you know, he was winning world championships, I was winning Grand Prix, the team were winning constructors championships, and for a period of time, you know, it was one of the best teams in the world. This challenge is a memory game. This game is all about recall. How good is your memory on the tracks that you raced on and with those that you shared the podium?
Let's start.
First one here. So, it's a mirror image. Spa.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That's Japan.
Yeah.
Beautiful track.
It is indeed.
That's how I recognized straight away, because you have to go under the bridge.
Wow. I don't recognize it.
That's a long... It's not Monaco.
No, it's not Monaco, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's the tunnel. Ah, okay, okay. You got that one. Well done.
There is no way success comes easy, you know. Success, you need challenges. In success, you have to study about yourself, and in Formula One, the success is to see your teammate so closely, to understand where he is thinking, where he's approaching challenges.
I had no problem sharing the team when Mika was winning the championships because I know how hard I worked to try and win the championship. So I admired his success and I aspired to work harder to try and beat him the following year, and it's just the way I motivated myself. That is, that's a ref. There's the final hairpin.
You're right, you're right.
Thank you. So
Difficult one.
So now it gets a bit more tricky.
Japanese Grand Prix, Suzuka.
It's got to be Michael.
That has to be Michael.
Some of the best moments in your career are the highs and the lows. You know, people might think, why would a low be a good moment in your career? But what it does is give you the reference point to really then celebrate those days when you have success.
Where was that? Oh my God.
I know who the guy on the right is. That's Ralf Schumacher. The guy on the left, Coulthard between two Schumachers.
Oh, your hairstyle is better these days.
You know, management set the direction and the tone of the company, and ultimately the drivers are highly paid employees of that company with individual agendas. But you need that hunger, that individual agenda to drive forward that business. But the management has to control that ego and make sure that ultimately it doesn't become detrimental.
Formula One is not just the winning. Formula One is all about developing products, developing marketing, developing companies to go forward in their business in the world. And the Formula One wants to be more successful. Formula wants the people to follow the Formula One. And the drivers are just a part of it. They come and go.
So I can definitely tell this is you in Montreal 1999. Who do we think these guys are?
Is it the Fisichella? And then on the third place,
Montoya, Ralph,
Eddie Irvine.
I think I won this then. So 1-1 on the competition.
Brilliant, brilliant.
The key moments of what I do remember, it's in the heat of competition, your emotions are heightened, the adrenaline is pumping. And I think what that does, it takes a memory and it ingrains it on your long-term memory in a way you can recall it like it was yesterday. What I can appreciate today is that when you go through such an emotional roller coaster in your quest to try and win races, whether it's in direct competition to each other as two drivers, or whether it's a member of a team, that's something that's a bond that brings you together for the rest of your life.
Wow, this is looking really French. Pétanque.
Pétanque, exactly. How's your ball control?
Game.
So this challenge is all about strategy. The one with the best game plan will win.
Wow, game plan.
We were okay with strategy. I remember us discussing this when we were teammates.
We did a great job.
It's interesting how, you know, we always try and work out how much the driver influences the strategy. Sometimes I wish I had influenced it more.
When you're in a driver's seat and you're driving, there's so many different parameters. It's sometimes difficult to say to the team, oh, I want this, because the team sees the big pictures.
So you have to constantly evolve your strategy. So my strategy at the moment is to keep your ball company.
In your life, you will have up and downs. And going through those World Championship winning years, what I experienced, it was great to do it together with David.
He knows me inside out, upside down. He's seen me at the highest emotion of success. He's seen me at the lowest embarrassment of crashing the car on the first lap of the Grand Prix. And I've seen that of him as well. So, you know, we don't have to do cocktail chat of, you know, who are you, how are you, how do you tick? I know how he ticks. I know how he goes into battle. What was that? Honestly,
it's not over yet.
It almost went on the beach.
It's not over yet.
You know, basically I don't have to go very far at all to win this one.
Oh, look.
Oh, thank goodness, man. Remember here in Monaco where
Yeah.
we were sort of pushed into starting on slicks when it was a damp track,
Oh yes.
and then we crashed at the chicane on the
Oh
first lap.
yes.
That wasn't a good decision.
But we learned.
Yeah.
We all learned.
Yeah, we did. Did you ever make a call on strategy that was maybe not what the team were thinking at the time and it turned out to be the right decision?
I have done a call, yeah. When I did the call that way, I don't want to come for tire change. I want to continue because I knew there was only a few laps left. So I said to the team, I won't come in and I will stay out there. And I'd get position 6. So we did get the point. So I think one sense it was the right decision. But if the driver makes a decision, I would say 90% time this decision is wrong. Because the team knows better.
Okay.
Oh, that was a good shot.
Still long though.
Oh!
Okay, 1-1.
At the end of the day, you know, the team has a big number of people who makes massive calculations, and you have to have a discipline to rely on these calculations. If you always rely on emotions, you never cannot have a consistency.
I believe when we were teammates, I always took the instruction of Ron Dennis or the strategist because
Yeah.
in the end, you're with that team. They're paying you, trusting you to do the job. In Red Bull, I was once asked to move over for Mark Webber, and I didn't, and I ended up scoring points, but it creates a bad atmosphere within the team. So I think you have to trust in the team. You have to listen to those instructions.
Did you see that? It touched.
That was impressive. That was impressive.
It touched that one. Motor racing is a one part of your life, and then comes the next step. So I'm very proud and fascinated that way I can share my days today with David.
Oh, no, I've come up short. So hold on. I don't even know if you need to throw this next one to win.
I want to throw this one.
Yeah, you need to throw this one to win. I've changed strategies. Yeah,
I didn't enough.
I accept. The winner.
No, David.
In motor racing, as in life, you lose more than you win. But it's about making sure that the key moments of when you have success, it's something that you can share with your team, your friends, your family, because ultimately, what is the joy in being at the top of the mountain if you can't turn to your buddy or your partner and do a high five and share the experience?